When I joined, the community already formed with around 10 to 20 people. And then the project, actually, the sister project side already contributed to OCP. So when I joined, that we lead SONiC to contribute to OCP. It's very fast that during the last 5 to 6 years, the community started from around 10, 20 people. Now it's around thousands of people. So it's a big change, and a lot of things happened, a few milestones, right? It started actually with abstraction layer that in order to make a NOS and enable it to run on different hardware, that we need abstractions so that it can run on different hardware. That's where SI, that software abstraction layer happens. So with this, it enables us to work with different hardware, like a platform suppliers, and to work on the software on top of it, and don't worry about the hardware underneath. And then the SONiC become into being with the structure of containerized structure, with the basic component L2, L3 function, and it keep growing, and more contributors joining to the community afterwards. Now it start with the data center technology scenarios, gradually grow to a lot of other scenarios like optical, enterprise, carriers, and it keep growing. Actually, different people has different answer, right? It could be the containerized architecture. It could be the SI, like abstraction, enable it to be hardware agnostic. But for me, what's really unique, right, is how it started, and now it's running very intensively in the data center, in the cloud scenario, that, well, the people who work on that and create and also invent inside in that is the people who doing this daily operation, and daily like maintaining, evolving, has to work on that, like support it daily. So that one I feel is the most difference is it comes ideas, innovations, and improvement comes from daily operation, and the people use it day in and day out. So that the features and the proposals and where it goes, how to use it, right, is very realistic, very hands-on, and to the point that we have to resolve this problem for ourselves so that our life become easier. So it's a very close loop, iteration loop. We work on that, evolve it, and then we use it and get the feedback loop, and then how to improve it. That's an interesting question. Like some personal, like some of the is due to the work. Mainly for me, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I think it's a disruption to the technology, to the industry, and it is enable us to think it differently, to think actually we have, and also find a relationship related from the network device to the server side. Server side, and they already have the hardware, software disaggregated, right? And they evolve very fast. On the networking side, it's more integrated before, like than the server side. So the challenge we face is how do we disaggregate the software and hardware side so that we have more control and we evolve fast, or tune down or tune up the scenarios to the customer needs. So that's type of challenge attract me from the beginning and to join the community. Thanks. This actually is a very good question. Different organization or different companies adopting it from different because of different reasons, right? But major ones, many of us share the same. Is there are multiple ones. The first one is that have the choice of multiple hardware like platforms. Meanwhile, that we disaggregate the management from the hardware, right? We have the free choice to change different platforms to our needs. However, we don't need to reinvent the wheel of the system that to manage it, on top of to configure, to monitor it, and to manage it. Before that, because of each of the platform has their own OS, own interface, own APIs, so that whenever we introduce something new or change a generation, we have to make a change of the whole management system, right? At this moment, it enables us to decouple it. That both evolve, but I don't need to reinvent the wheel when I make a change. Also speed up our velocity to adopt the new technologies when I have the new generation underneath, right? So that contributes to the TTM, time to market, as a user, as a customer side. Also, that owning it enable us to also have the way to quick debug, troubleshooting, turnaround, so that we can shrink that the time of new feature or new bug fix or new releases from multiple months or year to a few days. So that there are multiple benefits from different users, and they view it differently. Yeah, sure. So as we know that SONiC now release every year 2 releases, apart 6 months apart, right? That each release we have actually many features from L2, L3, security, monitoring, quality platform, many areas that are coming. And the process is we solicit the contribution list, we review it, and we get design approved, and then contributors contribute code and test as a package. And then after we test it and timeline, we release it. So in 2023, right, as you can see that the new release is coming out at the end of May, and it will take a few months to stabilize it. This time we decided to introduce the tag of EAGA, so that based on the test result, so make it more clear for the user to choose, cherry pick which one to use. There are multiple things in this. You see that in this 2023-05 that May release, we will continue invest in the security area to beef up the certification, signature of the image, and this is one security. Monitoring and diagnostic capability is always a focus, right? It's not only how we have software and it's bug free. When it has issues, how we quickly identify it, how we quickly pin down where is the issue. So we are adding tooling. This is a super useful, as we not only the community contributor but also as a user, right? Also feel this is very helpful. A main thing, like in scenario thing, talking about scenarios, a main thing is about enable dash. That is enable SONiC to leverage DPU capabilities to accelerate the network connectivities, CPS, limited connections. Many of the features will go to this release. So I'm very excited and looking forward to it. Yeah, very interesting question. I would say that it is the community. It is a community that actually we have a lot of experts from different domains. We have the top-notch expert in ASIC design, ASIC suppliers, the silicon vendors. They are very active there. We also have hardware platform the experts from different companies, from hardware, from not only the on top of the ASIC, we have CPU, we have memory, we have ports, we have optical, we have the box, the whole box power efficiency expert in the community. On top of it, we also have three large components members. One is the software, pure software. People are innovative and interested in software, active in the community. They are deep into the networking knowledge. They want to write software. Second is the user, right? The user, we have a mix of contributor of the user, the feedback loop, as I mentioned, that is very close there. The third is the support, which provides the solutions as an integration solution to their customers. They also continuously bring the feedback from their customer scenarios, what's needed. So that is a very, I would say, very diverse and community with a lot of people from expertise from different domains to put together. So we have meetings and continue debating, also design, iteration, and doing the discussing. After that, you will see that very unique innovations, because from different angle we contribute from different angle and different aspect, right? And then you can see very different innovations out from there. The one last thing I would also call out, also call attraction, more attraction, is academia. right? Academia to the student to the researchers. Actually, this is one of the free software that used in very large scale cloud and some enterprise scenario, right? I think it will be perfect for you, for this type of, like, experts to use it, to innovate and to research on top of it in terms of networking technology, cloud distributed technologies, so that I think it's free. You can get it running on the VM, easy to use, and also for their research results.